Yes, sir, guys. Woo! This one right here. This one right here. So, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's happening, good people? This one right here. This is a street. This tonight. I'm going live, and we're gonna try to get to some street therapy. Um, thank you guys for tuning in, checking out the page. Hmm, way too much pulp in there. I don't like it like that. But that's cool. I hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. I hope your February has been phenomenal so far. My name is DJ King Kannon. I'll be a street therapist tonight and moving forward. Today I was just trying to figure out what should today's show be about. And at first, I wanted to go into who I am because I know a lot of people were just chiming in. Some people know me, but they really don't know me, and that's cool. But I've been in this DC market for broadcast journalism for about 23, maybe 24 years now. I've had radio shows, I've worked on radio shows. I'm a DJ, a host. I've worked on television shows, local television shows, and I wanted to go briefly into the details of what I've done, but not tonight. Tonight is not for that. But that's what I'll do over time. I'm going to go into the details of what some of my accomplishments are, and I want to tell you guys the story because I got like two DMs about why am I not doing at least an online radio show right now currently, and I'm going to break it down to what happened with last my last radio experience. It really, I looked at I looked at a post that was posted about an hour ago, and it says something about so happy about this show, and someone that posted a comment, they're so happy about the show. They posted a couple of years ago, but in the comment it didn't mention me in the on the platform that I was involved with, and it was interesting to me that I wasn't a part of it, but I get it. People are 100% um, users out here, and if you allow them to, oh man, I wasn't even plugged in. Hold on, guys, I was rushing. Let me get you guys together here. I'm talking, think I'm going into the microphone. So, um, if you allow them to, I would say not use your talents, but if you don't put into perspective what you want out of something, it can easily be transformed into something else. But I saw in the post, so grateful, and I'm like, man, that's crazy that these people are grateful that they have a show or they're doing a show and they don't mention me in the process of it, but they came and was hey, I need you for this. You know what I'm saying? But it's neither here nor there. But tonight I want to talk about this post that I came across from the Breakfast Club. It says 2022, but I don't think it's from 2022. I want you guys to hear the clip, and we're going to get into talking about this clip right here. Chico Bean, and I don't think I have my sound connected yet, so I'm gonna just run it from the phone, and you guys let me know. Tap into the screen and let me know what you think about this. I don't never want to be married or be in a relationship.
Or you don't never want to be in a relationship?
No,
Not even live
not
with
even a
somebody?
girlfriend? No, why would I do that? That is the no. Look at my man over in the corner. You wish somebody would have said that on the mic before.
He from Ghana. He want 5 wives.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. As long as you can afford them, you should be able to
So you
have
don't
them.
want to live with anybody?
No. I don't. No. Like I said, I get most of my, interaction and relationship, dependence from the environment that I come from rather. And I watched my mother go through my whole life, never finding a man to keep it real with her and tell. So, street therapy tonight. Relationships that have expired in time, and also what are you guys' views on relationships right now? Also, we just saw Kiki Palmer make a post the other day, and she could be joking because she's funny. And the post was, I believe, if I get into a relationship or marry, I'm not living with my husband or my significant other. Okay, is it straight now, or should I turn it up some more? How's the mic now? It wasn't connected, so that's probably why it was low earlier. But let me turn up a little bit more just so we can have the conversation, see if that's a little bit better. Thank you, Unc. I appreciate that. Oh, I said Unc. Unknown or unknown. Thank you very much for that. But right now we're talking about the Chico Bean thing. Is it good now? Give me a thumbs up, Unc, if we good now. But let's get into it. Exactly what it was that was going on. So I'm out here just trying to be the nigga that my mother never had. I don't have no lies to tell you. I don't have no lies to tell you. I feel like if somebody would have gave Wanda the opportunity, she would have been a hell of a soldier for somebody who was worth it, and it would have made our life easier. So for me, I don't have no lies to tell you. You're not going to be the only woman that I ever. That's it. It's illogical to me to even allow a woman to think that if I love you and care about you, there's no way I would allow you to think that as a man that you are going to be the only woman that I want to deal
What if
with.
she's okay with you?
And that's they say that's from the Breakfast Club from 2022. I don't believe that's from 2022. I believe they reposted that in 2022 with Chico Bean on the Breakfast Club. I think that was a little bit earlier. I can't remember the COVID times, but I know Ye. I think Ye left in maybe if we're in 2026. Is it 3 years ago? That would be 2023. So maybe this was it. That looks like the old studio. So I'm not sure. But tonight we're talking about relationships. Where are you with your relationship? What are you thinking about in your relationship? And do you feel that relationships are necessary? Could you be in a relationship with someone who does not want a relationship? Could you see yourself in the position of just being there for them mentally, emotionally, physically, whenever they call? Or is it a possibility for you to actually generate a cohesive bond? Are you the type of person that even needs a relationship? Um, are these things that you even think about? Like, what's the driving factor for a relationship? I could speak on myself. Me personally, I'm not interested in. I understand what he's saying. I am not interested in a full blown relationship right now at this current juncture in my life. I know some people say, "Oh, well, that's selfish. Well, why would you want to be?" No, I think it's maturity, from my perspective, that you can actually sit back and tell someone, "Hey, I'm not interested in being in a relationship. I'm not interested in
growing this as a union. I don't want to get married. I want to have multiple women or multiple partners in my life that show me love. I want attention from other people, or you don't fit everything that I want, but physically I appreciate having you around, or mentally I like having you around, or financially I like having you around. So I think it becomes tough in these situations where you have people who don't want or don't hear the truth, and sometimes the truth is death defying. It can, excuse me, it can put you in a position where you don't want to hear the truth, and a lot of times men and women lie simply because the person who they're with, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to believe people are not that honest. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. I believe that. I don't know. I'm honest. I tell people all the time. And I've been confronted multiple times about relationships. That's probably why I'm single now. I mean, he obviously has enough social status and enough financial stability that he can kind of pick and choose to his discretion. I'm sure there's like an NBA game after the Wild and Out shows or after the 80, 85 South show. I'm sure there's probably women lined up this happy to just be a part of whatever lifestyle he chooses. But I'm wondering for the average relationship, the average male and female situation, the average, I mean, I'm not even saying male and male, I mean male to male, female to female, are you willing to be with someone who is honest enough to tell you, hey, I just don't want to do it. So let's take some more from this and see where this conversation goes. This is a Breakfast Club repost. I picked it up online, and it says it's from 2022, but again, I think this is the Breakfast Club, maybe from a little bit earlier than that. But let's see what Chico Bean has to say. Angela Yee and Charlamagne the God.
Dating other people.
Well, that's cool, but the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you about that from the jump. My goal, my whole mantra is no victims, only volunteers. You'll never be a victim to no bullshit, only a volunteer to my truth. So you have a choice as to whether or not you want to deal with me or not. But you have to understand that you won't be the only woman that I deal with. Now, in fairness,
That's an individual thing, though.
you have a lot of men who say that and then be like, I do what I want, you do what I tell you. I'm also not that way.
All right.
And when it comes to women, I don't care what you do when I'm not around. As
It's
long
supposed to
as
be a
whatever-
wilding out thing.
No, well, no, it's not. It's not. I ain't
Because Nick
having no
did it.
bunch of kids. You know what I mean? But salute to Nick. Shit, that nigga can take care of him. He about to have a whole nother cast. I know that nigga. I know what he
That's
doing.
exactly what.
He made a joke out of it. Okay, so back on topic. Chico Bean says, I thought that was what? Chico Bean says, yeah, I believe you do have a choice in the matter. I believe most people do have a choice in the matter in the situation. But I think the main problem is honesty. I think that people have a problem with being honest because I think that they're afraid to lose the person who they're being honest with. If I approach you and I say, "Hey, you're attractive. I like your vibe. I'm trying to see what you about." Even if I'm unemployed at the time, I don't think that the person would say, "Hey, I'm unemployed. I got six baby mothers. I got seven kids, six baby mothers." I don't think most people lead in with those things. I think they lead in and try to shine the light on what people are most gravitated to. Hey, I like you. You know what I'm saying? Your style. I don't. I think there's a point in time where honesty becomes. It has to come to the surface, but excuse me. I think that thing got me gassy. I think it's a lot of times where eventually it has to come to the surface, but if you can prolong what the truth might be for a certain amount of time, I think that you can figure out how not to be as honest. But has anyone ever been honest with you in a relationship situation? Um, or has it been stories and fictitious situations? I'm gonna tell you a story about myself. I encountered a married woman before, and I don't think she was happily married at the time. And in that time period, it was problems with communication. And I didn't know she was married because my just like Chico has a mantra, I have a few that I've literally lived by in my own regard where I don't ask women about men. I don't unless you want to give me the information that you're talking to another man, or do I know? I'm not asking you, do you know Ray Ray? Do you know Junebug? Do you know Donnie from around the corner? Do you know this person? I'm my main focus is definitely not who you have been with. Your resume of schlongs is not in my glossary of questions to ask a woman from getting to know her. That's the last thing on my mind is who she's been with, or who she knows, or who she's trying to put herself around. So in the process, the communication was, it would, and I'll tell you this, it would start where, 8 a.m. Hey, good morning. How are you, handsome? What's going on with you? And I'm gonna be honest. I send out good mornings, or I used to send out good mornings when I had a interest in certain women. I would send out the good morning text, guys. I think that's one. I think that's lame or whack, whichever term you want to use. If she's interested in you, she might hit you. But I mean, I'm not saying stop it, but if it's not getting you responses or traction, or she's not saying anything in return, then second guess that conversating, that good morning text. But it would start out with this young lady, and she would say, "Hey, good morning," 7:30 in the morning. Hey, what's going on? How you doing today? Blah blah blah. And we would conversate and chit chat back and forth via text message throughout the day, and then come around 5 6 o'clock, poof, gone, ghost town. So, you know, for myself, you know, I at that time in my life, I got a lot of other stuff going on. So it really didn't um, bother me, or it wasn't questionable to me, because I wasn't like, you're not my girl or nothing like that. We just, texting throughout the day. I'm not really thinking about it. So um, I think, I'm sure there's other pieces to the story. I think we kind of lost communication for a while, and then it turned into like little shady text here and there, a little fake touch base here and there, and then we finally caught up with each other, and I don't know, something just came over me, or I had a feeling, or with the women's intuition to say, hey, well, I guess I just automatically thought, I didn't think marriage was the thing, but I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You just catching up? You must be done with old boy or something. That was like jokingly, and she was like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. What are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, I'm married, or I don't believe they were married at that time. I think they were engaged or about to get married. And I'm like, well, why are you even talking to me? Because I really like you. I'm attracted to you. I really like the things that I like you, basically. I'm not gonna get into detail. Um, and it turned into whoa. I mean, I never really ask about other guys, because I'm focused on the woman in the situation. But it really made me wonder how many people are in these relationships that don't want to be there, or are in these situationships that are trying to figure out how to maneuver, or um, play games with their partner, and tell them they're going to their cousins, they're going to their sisters, they're going to their people's house. I was reading a comment. Thank you for checking in, Coachville. Thank you, Unibrow 224. Thank you. Oh, don't want to hit that. Yeah, y'all put something in the comments if y'all here. I appreciate you for checking in. Oh wait, we got something. Q&A sticker. I don't know if y'all want questions on here because I really don't want to read them. If you do, I could put a Q&A up if y'all would like. But just out of that, we're trying to figure out where should people fall in the relationship spectrum, man. We were checking out Chico Bean on the Breakfast Club, a repost from 2022. I think it's an older show, Charlemagne and Angela Yee with DC's own Chico Bean.
Never can, so we can fire us. I'm
right.
hip to you,
That's
Nick.
right. That's right.
But like I said, I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell you I can do what I want. You do what I tell you. As long as whatever you do don't bring me no problems, I don't care what you do. My uncle told me a long time ago, if you don't wake up in the morning and wash your pussy, it don't belong to you. It's yours. You gonna do what you want to do with it. As long as if nigga ain't mad when it's my turn, we straight.
Do you take women on vacations and things
Nah, I
like
don't
that?
do none of that. I don't do none of
You
that.
spend the night?
Yeah, depending on who it is. You know what I mean? And how safe I feel with my belongings being there when I'm asleep. Yeah, I spend the night. But the thing about me, like I said, it's about honesty. Women always say they want a man to keep it 100 with them until they run into one. Most of them have never had a man keep it 20 with them, so you have no idea what that other 80% entails that you think that you're looking for. The lies hurt so bad that you just think you want the opposite. But
Mm. So now, Chico's cooking right there. Shout out to Chico Bean. Um, what is your interest? What are your thoughts on this relationship thing? Are people trying too hard to be in relationships? Should it change? Should people kind of turn their relationship status into we're just talking status? And how long should the just talking go? Are you willing to take a man that is telling you the truth? Hey, I don't want a relationship. I don't know what I want, but it's not a relationship. Like you can do whatever you want to do, but when I hit you, hey, are you free? Nah, all right, cool. I'm going over Susie house. I'm going to Becky house. I'm going to Keisha house. I'm going to Wanda house. I'm going to Stephanie house. Are you willing to accept that? And I guess this works for both ways. Are you willing to say, hey, I'll just take a percentage of this person versus having them at a full capacity? Which I think is it's a difficult place to be in if you don't understand what emotional attachment can proceed. Because I think a lot of people say that they can handle this and they say that they can do this at a certain capacity, but I think once you start getting into, and I'm not sure how I can say this on here, I'm gonna try to say this as PG as possible. Once the relationship goes from we're friends, we hang out, to a lot light subject of intimacy, I believe that it changes the dynamic of the relationship. We got some questions in, some comments in. Everybody say honesty. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone says they want honesty until they finally get someone who's honest with them, and then so most people not trying to hear that. Like I say, my situation dealing with a married woman was unique. I'm gonna be honest with you. She was willing to continue the relationship at her capacity, and you know that meant to me whenever she felt like calling, I should be ready to drop whatever I'm doing and hang out or go out to eat or let's do it or whatever the situation was. And that's just something I again, I'm on the flip side of that with Chico. I'm not about to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how he feels about that. If what it would feel like if he was in that situation where it was reversed and the women are telling you, "Oh, well, I call you when I need you." Cuz that seems like basically what he's saying, like I'm not doing all that relationship stuff, but if you can at his social and financial status, I think he can manage and maintain 3 to 4 women in rotation with no questions asked about it. And they can do the dating thing, they can do all of the other things. But if you can afford it, I believe you should be able to have as much as you can handle, so similar to an African king. And I think he can probably afford that. But most people in our situations in life, are you prepared to handle what it's like to have a woman to be there when she wants to be there and disappear whenever she feels like it? Can you handle that truth? What we got here? Yeah, again, Tracy, thank you for checking that. I think that's where we are in these situations. I think over time, the intimacy will grow and develop, and you're saying to yourself, and I don't know. It could be me. I have I had emotionless intercourse before. Hmm. I was discussing this with Coachville TV earlier. Shout out to Coachville TV, just Beezy, and we were saying, can people actually be intimate with people that they are not attracted to? And I think I can't speak for an entire nation or generation of people. I've seen people that are definitely unattractive to my eyes be have lots of offsprings. So I can't say that they're just I always believe there's somebody for everybody. They could be unattractive to you, but what you're not looking at, somebody else might say, hey, she got the best, or hey, he got the biggest, or whatever the situation is that fits in their character. So I'm not going to say that you can't you can't be intimate with someone if you can find something that's inside of that attraction that you have to them. Some people like, but you got almondy eyes. Remember the almondy eyes? You got almondy eyes. Look like a barracuda, but you got almondy eyes. I don't know. Ooh, way too much pulp in it. I gotta redo the machine. Um, but yeah, that's what we had tonight. We're discussing this, um, the non-relationship, and what should be the rules. Let's finish this Chico Bean clip from Breakfast Club 2022. There is a repost. I'm almost sure this is a repost. I'm gonna go back and do some research. Maybe I'll put it in the reels later on YouTube, but I'm not sure. Poor billionaire. Check it out.
The women that I have conversations with don't want a man to be honest with them. You want a man to fit into the character that you have in your mind, and you want him to play that out in front of the world. I don't operate like that. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. You down with it? Cool. You not? Cool. I like the way I explain it is like we all are professors of ourselves, and I'm the dean of Chico Bean University. When you've been to college, you've been around. When the first thing you've been around, lend the skin. The
Lend the
first thing that
skin.
they teach you
He said, lend the skin. Shout out to Leonard, by the way. Shout out to Leonard, man.
when you
Jeez.
or the first thing that you do when you come into a college, classroom is they give you the syllabus. And the first week of class is you going over the syllabus so you can make a decision as to whether or not this is a class you want to take or drop. That's how I operate with women. When you meet me, I'm handing you my syllabus. This is what it is with me. You have a choice as to whether or not you want to take this course or drop it.
Would you say I love you? Have you said I love
I
you?
love all the women I deal with.
Hey, I ain't heard no shit
love.
like this since Kevin Samuels,
I
bro.
got it. No, it ain't. No,
I
don't
ain't
put
gonna
me in
lie.
that negative. Don't put me. See, there you go. Now you want to say motherfuckers is gonna die. You keep saying.
I did not
You
say
said
that.
Kanye
I
West
didn't
gonna
say
die.
what?
Now you gonna put
No,
me in
I
the
did
Kevin
not
Samuels
say
so the
that.
women can say, that nigga. I'm not. Salute to Kevin Samuels though. I don't. God rest his.
Okay. So let's get into it, y'all. What we talking about here, man? Can you be in a relationship that's a non-relationship with someone who only wants you for whatever purposes they decide to use you at what capacity or what caliber they want you at? Is it possible for you? And who's your celebrity crush that you're willing to say, hey, whatever rules they got, I'm willing to go for them. I'm willing to if he doesn't want me to take baths on Thursday, Friday, and Mondays, hey, I don't do it. because that's what he said he doesn't want me to do. Who's your celebrity crush that can actually get you to get in that mood? And you could say financially or physically or mentally, emotionally, however you connect with that celebrity. Drop it in the chat. Let me know who is that person that does that could trigger you in that position. But basically, what Chico Bean is saying is he doesn't do relationships. What um what man, what's my girl's name? I just said her name. What she's saying is that she doesn't want to live with a partner. She wants to be married. She wants to be in a new relationship. She wants to do these things, but she doesn't want to live with another man in her life. And if she does, she wants to do the separation marriage where you got your own house, I have my own house. And on top of that, at bare minimum, she said, I believe she said, we can at least sleep in different rooms. I want to have time to miss the person I'm with. Is that a possibility? And how does that work? Or does that even play out in you guys' favor? So back to my story with the married woman. So every once in a blue, she would pop back up into my life and try. I'm not gonna say try, but basically, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And I'm like, aren't you married? And like, we don't have to talk about that. And I'm like, nah. I don't ask about other men or women. If you in a situation, it's on you to tell me what's going on. But I also believe that I don't want to play a part in nobody's cheating ways. If you have a partner, stick with that partner. Love them, appreciate them, give them all the love
The
they need.
music
That's what I
just
feel like saying.
turns me on.
Hit the button. I'm not even sure what that is. Um, by all means, give them what they need. Give them the attention they deserve. Focus on that relationship. Try to make that work. Try to make that grow. Try to plant that seed and grow it into something. But if you have intercourse with anyone, excuse me, over a period of time, there will be an emotional attachment and an emotional attachment and an emotional connection and an emotional, it's going to be emotional. So I don't know how people are trying, and I can understand where he's coming from if he moves the way mentally I move, um and physically I'm not even here enough for you to know that. And but what I believe that honesty gives is it leaves the window open for you to say, "Hey, you can go through my phone if you want to, but you already know what it is. I'm not sitting here telling you that, hey, nah, I'm not just exclusively dealing with you. I'm not just exclusively doing you this one time. Let's see what we got in here. Yes, eventually one of us could be in our feelings. Everybody wants honesty until the honesty comes, and that's a fact. That is a fact. What we got here? No, I don't know what that's for, Trees. What that no is for, but yeah, honestly, I don't think people want the honesty until it hits. Um, I don't even know where to put the perspective at on this and where we should go with this because mm, this is a very difficult conversation to have because I feel that most relationships start out like that. And
The music just turns me
most
on.
relationships start out like that, where it's, hey, I'm married, I have a girl, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't want the relationship. And I think the person that you say that to is thinking it's just a matter of time before I break you down. When I start cooking these plates for you, when I start giving you some of this good, when I start opening up this brain and showing you um, how deep I am, how emotionally I am, how much I cater to my man or my partner or whatever, how much I go all out for your birthday, for your Christmas, for the things that you celebrate. I stand up, I celebrate you. Once I show you these things, he or she is going to change. Once I pay your rent, once I pay your bills, once I show you what type of provider I am, once I show you what type of professor I am, once I show you what type of protector I am, you'll eventually come around. It's like throwing out ice. Eventually, you're gonna turn into a nice big puddle of water. And I don't think that that's the times of the day that we are in right now. I believe myself personally that people are not looking for the serious committed relationships. And I'm not saying everybody. Of course not. Every individual is different. But I just feel deep down that people are not looking for the seriously committed relationships now. And I'm sure there's a study that shows this. And I've read something somewhere that said um, maybe Gen Zers are actually staying away from having children and staying away from getting into long term, deep routed relationships because of the fact that um, they don't want to go through what the previous generation went through, or they really want to focus and develop on what life has to offer for them before going into trying to grow and develop another life. And I can't blame them. It is tough out here to try to raise a child and you still want to go party on South Beach because South Beach, Collins, Collins and Washington, it's fun down there in the spring and summertime. It's super fun down there. It's what they say is lit, So you want to go down there, you want to hang out. But if you got this attachment with this guy, and I think where I'm going to go with this is going to be tough to hear, but I'm going to say it. But again, for a person like me, I'm not even interested. I almost feel, Chico, I'm not really interested in a serious relationship for myself just because it requires so much responsibility to be in a serious relationship. And I think that if your head is not in that game, then don't get in that game because that game is dangerous to play with someone's emotion. A lot of people aren't built mentally for relationships, or they have their own process mentally of what a relationship is based on. And some people's relationships, they believe that the partner that they are with is responsible for their happiness. They are responsible for making sure that they have eaten today. They are responsible and are supposed to be concerned with if this person has had checked up on them to see if they had something to eat, something to drink, something to do, something to wear, something to what are you going to what's going this, what's going that, what's going this. They want somebody there to kind of coddle them as a mother or a father or a sister or a brother or a close tight knit relationship is. And I think we're all dealing with our own inner demons and our own inner monsters that makes it difficult to try to cater to someone else's unless you have yours. And I think we just all need to be honest with each other and see where we both are as people. As at the start. If you like her, you see her, you find her attractive, let her know your intentions if you know what they are. But I want to let you know that people change all the time. People change from yesterday to just like that. And when you get a chance, find that interview on Chico Bean on the Breakfast Club from 2022. And he's currently on there. He's talking about how he doesn't want a relationship with women. And he, I guess he just, hey, he's going to pay. Now, let me stop playing because he knows my son. So let me stop playing. Um, but I don't disagree with what he's saying. I'm not 100% with it. I don't feel like I need multiple women, but to go into a full relationship, there probably should be a little interest inside of how both parties connect. But yeah, y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. So and I'm gonna come back to it. Oh, but what I was gonna say, what it was gonna lead into was, Um, be honest, man. Be honest with those people. Tell them up front if you just want whatever it is. Just tell them up front, and it's on them. If you want a poly lifestyle, you want just one night of fun, or you want a full committed family with the white picket fence, and you doing your job to get to that goal, then tell these people what you want up front. But no, time changes everything. Time changes the look, time changes the goal, time changes everything that you could be thinking about this person. So think about that before hopping into that situation. Sometimes it's easier to wait out the uh, the conversation. Is there any more on there? Let me see.
But I'm not one of those people who's telling any woman what they need to do. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do.
That's real.
What you decide to do based upon that is your choice. I don't have no say so in that. I just am going to tell you what I'm going to do and I'm not going to do. After that, it's on you. Then I realized.
Mm. Come on, y'all, get out of there. The commercials are crazy. Anybody let me use their account so I can not have commercials. Okay, I mean that was pretty much what I was gonna wrap it up with. Was is my love handles out? Okay, that's basically what I was gonna wrap it up with. Was hey, okay. Sean Spice 226 says, both parties? What if both parties can agree on proper terms? I think that's what you're trying to say, Sean Spice. Then you're in a great position. Well, you're in a great startup position because I've seen. It's definitely that water giving me the gas. I've seen people in those situations, and I've seen people in those situations not be able to handle the situations well at all. And I've seen people who put that mask on and say, "Okay, if you want the swinger lifestyle, because they see this person as someone they want to be with, and they want to start, they're into the swinger lifestyle, and they decide to, that's what they're doing. They go into these parties, these close knit, tight knit parties, and then they're coming back with their partner, and the partner is torn up inside, and to watch their partner get railed by different men, or watch their partner have multiple engagements with different women. So if you can't handle what this person is giving out, be honest. Learn how to speak up and be honest, because honesty is the best policy in these situations and on these terms. A lot of people get the let's do this, let's do that, but honesty is the best policy, because if you're not honest, then why are you there? Why are you with the person that you can't be honest with? And that's what I was going to end up closing it out with, was your friend, your partner. And I don't know how you want to do it. If you want poly, if you want multiples, if you want to have just one, your partner needs to be your best friend, regardless of how you look at things. That person that you talk to on a regular basis, they need to be that best friend. Now, I'm not saying that y'all need to be um, over oversaturating each other, meaning y'all don't give each other enough space to even breathe. But if you really want to be with this person, then you need to sit back and delegate um, true relationship and emotional intimacy with this person, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And this person needs to be your best friend. They need to be your confidant. They need to be the person that you can call if you're fearing for your life, if you're celebrating life, if you're growing and going through things. They need to be that person that you pick up the phone and want to call them first. It needs to be no doubt, clear cut. Hey, this is my person. If you feel like I got a flat tire, I'm gonna call somebody else. I'm gonna call my ex, or I'm gonna call such and such to help me out with this thing. You're not really taking this relationship thing seriously, right? situationships work. Bree Remy, welcome to the chat. Um, so that's your thought, Bree Remy, that situationships work, or are you telling me that they could work in your favor, or does that work for you? Um, I think situationships, and this is just again, these are my personal opinions. I'm not a, I'm just a street therapist, baby. I'm not one of the guys that just sits down and knows what's going on with with everything in the world. I just know a lot of things about a few things, but situationships work again, just like we were just talking about earlier. Maybe you just getting here, but we were talking earlier and saying situationships can work if both parties are honest and know what it is. Um, Once you get into intimacy, once you start connecting, let's go hang out on your birthday. Let's do stuff with the kids. Let's go to your grandmother's cookout. Let's do things that connect us in more ways than one. Then situationship is cool until we start crossing lines of what the situationship is. If we just smashing and dashing, then let's do that. If we, you call me at 2, if I'm your 2 a.m., just call me at, how the song goes, 6 in the morning, she'll be starting to scream and shout. Just call me at 6 in the morning and let's go do that. But once you start crossing lines and breaking boundaries with these situationships, it becomes an emotional, chaotic situation. And if you're not for chaos, then it's not going to work because imagine, and I'm gonna give you an example of of a situationship, and I'm gonna use myself personally. I believe I was in a situationship before with a young woman, and so she would call me. I would come over her house, and it would be another dude sitting there, and I'm like, what's going on here? What's this other dude doing here? And that's her uh, THC buddy. I don't know what I could say on here, but let me see what you got here, Bree. They work. We understand. Oh, you did something. Let me get in here. Let me get in here. They work when we come together. Absolutely, those lines cannot be crossed. Oh yeah, okay. So you do agree that situationships can work. You just can't cross these lines. Um, yeah. So back to my story. I would go to this woman's house, and there'd be another guy there. And who's this guy? Oh, this is her uh, tree man, she would say. And I'm like, the tree man looked kind of comfortable for him just to be the tree man. But I think a lot of women miss the cues of when a man is interested or a woman is interested in you and y'all don't see them that way. A lot of people will sit back and wait for the opportunity to arise for them to step in and try to be or try to get some. I ain't even gonna say try to be with you. I'm gonna say just try to get some. Some men will wait years, like pray, like women think that a lot of men. Oh, he's just my friend. He's just my friend. Offer him some. Really try him, and don't try him on a. I'm just joking situation. Try him on a 2:30 in the morning. You know he was out with the homies, out maybe at the club, a bottle or two in, some of that good gas in the system, and call him up and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you," and see what he says, and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you. Can we? What you about to do? I'm trying to see if you'll come through and crack me up like a brand new egg, fresh out the chicken. Come get it like Little Caesars, hot and ready. I guarantee you he's going to be on the way." Now, he might give a warning. Oh, I thought we was just friends. I don't want to mess up the friendship. I thought we was just friends. Why we going to do that? Ain't we just friends? But this would be your way of knowing if deep down in the back of his mind, He'd crack you like a walnut on Christmas Eve in front of the Christmas tree, legs up or legs back, face down. He is gonna fold. That's what Bree says. He is gonna fold. So test out these so-called quote unquote friend guys. You know, your tree man that just sit around and blow tree with you. What else? Your mechanic. Your guy to take you to the grocery store. What other friends on? He just go shopping with you. Just think about it. Think about it. Give him that call and see how's he gonna go. Or ask your partner if you get into a real relationship, what you think about this friend. I know a lot of women are stubborn. It is what it is. It's a woman's nature. If a man tells you, "Hey, this guy hangs around a little bit too much," oh, he just my friend. I don't see him like that, but he see you like that. Not he might not see you like that, but if the opportunity presented itself, would he do it? And that's where we get into the conversation that we started. Are people that are unattracted to each other, are they even able to have a relationship with someone that they're not attracted to? Can they engage hunching with someone they're not um, physically, mentally, emotionally into? I know for women, it becomes a problem for some women, not for all, not for all. Because in my days, I have seen some women who definitely can take on. They can go. They can go strong. They can go strong, taking down they're Vikings, so to speak. So I think it's different for women, but for men, I think men can definitely um, fall in the spectrum of, hey, I'm gonna try this guy, or I said try this guy, guys. I'm gonna try this girl. She's not really my type, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I believe we get the term "take one for the team." So it wouldn't be can a guy or a male do it if that term didn't even exist. That term exists for a reason. Take one for the team. Like you can do her or try her because she came with her friends, so she need a buddy too. So I need you to get in here and tag you with. So I think it's definitely possible for people to fall into that situation. But in closing, in closing, I would just like to say, take your time. Make sure your friend's your friend. Make sure your situationship, y'all lay out those rules. Make sure that you are able to communicate clearly on what it is you expect, what it is you demand, what it is you find respectful, and what you find disrespectful. And if they can abide by those rules and guidelines, I always say if you're going to be intimate with someone that you don't really want to be with, intimacy should not happen more than maybe once a month, twice a month maximum, because you don't want to grow that emotional synergy that comes along with exchanging those body fluids. Of course, my main thing is to say take your time and wait. Don't do it at all. Because I know it's kids on here. Don't do it at all. But for those that can't wait, those that have to do it, those that need to know what's going on, those that want to smell it, taste it, touch it, for those people, take your time. Find out where you at with this person. It ain't going nowhere. There's plenty of it out here. So take your time. But I do appreciate you all for tuning in and talking to me tonight. I'm gonna feel like playing some music tonight, so you know where I'm going to the other platform that does what the hands on the watch do. They go. I'm gonna let you say it. So follow me over there. I appreciate. Oh, got a question. a lot of that out here. Yeah, Bree, I agree. Bree, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the page. I appreciate you for coming through. Everybody in here, have a wonderful evening. Have a blessed week. And guess what? We right here Friday. So we're gonna hang out this weekend. Come out, come see me sometimes. If you don't, that's cool. Stick to the page. I'll be back. DJ King Cannon. Peace. Oh, the next one, I'm gonna talk about my radio experience and history in the DMV. I didn't know y'all could pump hearts. I would have been saying pump the hearts on here. Thank you for whoever did that. Pump the hearts, man. Let me see that. That's the first time I've seen an effect on here. Um, I'm gonna give y'all my history in radio and television in the DC area and my club experience. I'm gonna just give you the story of me, and then I'm going to let y'all know about what I feel about current state of radio altogether. And it's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. But y'all have a beautiful, blessed weekend. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you. Have a great one. Peace.